Biden White House officials meet with Florida LGBTQ+ youth to show support. Last week, the U.S. Secretary of Education Miguel Cardona, alongside Admiral Dr. Rachel Levine, Assistant Secretary for Health at the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, held a virtual roundtable with LGBTQ+ students and families from Florida, hosted by the White House Office of Public Engagement. During the roundtable, both officials reiterated the Biden administration's support of the LGBTQ+ community, shared mental health resources available from the federal government, and heard from students and families about the impact recent anti-LGBTQ legislation has had on their communities and school experiences. During the event, Admiral Levine said, quote, "We need to support LGBTQI+ youth, their parents and families to help them achieve the good health and quality care they deserve. Our communities have a champion in President Biden. The president supports equality and works to ensure everyone is represented. And that gives people a voice, a chance to affect change, to help people understand the diverse needs of our nation." End quote.
And I think it's so on point that we're doing this story at the start of LGBTQ Health Awareness Week. And the fact is, just a few years ago, we all would have conflated this with, AIDS awareness, HIV awareness. Now it's really about the mental health and the physical health of our trans youth being able to get the help that they so desperately need. And by the way, speaking of HIV awareness, this last weekend was the AIDS Walk here in South Florida. More than $2 million was raised for local LGBT health organizations, including AHF, Broward House, SunServe. It was a great day. There's still time to give. If you can, please do.
Awesome. I think this is beautiful and it's cute. And Dr. Rachel did a great thing by, heading this roundtable with these children online. But what exactly does it mean by saying our authorities are here to protect and support LGBTQ? Like, what are they going to do? Because a virtual speakeasy is not really going to do much. And why was it online? Why wouldn't she come down here herself and see them in person and show them exactly don't say gay pass, but we've got your back.
I think it's very important, not only, Biden as an ally of our community, that he appoints people like her and Miguel Cardona, and particularly as a Latino man, to see a Latino man in the position he is. He was actually this last weekend on the opinion shows on Sunday. He was wearing a pen with a rainbow flag. This is, this may be minuscule, but this is significant. He's an ally, and he, as a Latino man, that most sure straight, but he's an ally of our community, and he's actually out there putting a voice to our community. I think that's important, and I give pros to Biden for appointing them to support us.
Mm-hmm. And having an ally, having a champion like Biden, describing him, he truly is, and both of them, Biden and Harris. So, yes, I don't know how to answer your question exactly, Faye, but it is good to have these voices. Imagine, again, the predecessor, that beast. Yeah. That would have just been a whole other horror show.
I think I can give a shot to answering your question twofold. First, it is very interesting and I think rewarding that the White House and the leadership at Health and Human Services and Cardona, I agree with you on the wearing the pen in a presentation is incredibly symbolic. It is a reflection of what they have watched over the last 2 months in Florida with Don't Say Gay and other related DeSantis-led authoritarian take family rights away, but will gaslight and say it's under parental and family decision making. And their participation is to say, well, look, we're getting ready to sue Florida, which is what the federal government's getting ready to do. That's what they can do. They're going to fight and fight. They'll delay an implementation of this, which is not supposed to happen until the end of the summer. It will go into the courts, and they're going to tie it up probably for at least the next 2 years until the Supreme Court is willing to hear it. And then we'll see what's happening. But that's one thing that they can do. The other thing that they can do is exactly what they're doing. I love this move, and I love what the Biden White House is doing because it's so incredibly ordinary. And they're not trying to make some ridiculous positioning like the former administration did of saying, I'm the greatest, hugest thing ever, ever, ever. The Biden administration and health and education is simply saying, this is right, so therefore we should do it. And that's all. We're done. Yeah. Incredibly ordinary. And that's why this moment was so spectacular, because it was incredibly ordinary. LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Lara are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.
Burger King employee used his gay powers to silence customers. Recently, an old man had been giving several women at a Burger King issues, making unwanted advances towards them. Matthew Castellon, a gay TikToker whose handle is MaxUcast, okay, at MaxUcast, decided to turn the tables on him, all right? So he used the creepy